Do you ever wonder to yourself why everyone's so obsessed with the K-Series? You constantly hear about Honda's K-Series engines on social media and see them being used all over YouTube for various builds. There are install kits, accessories, and a never-ending list of aftermarket parts, and even complete companies built specially to cater to the platform. What's so special about this 4-cylinder engine that's packing the sort of peak power you can find under the hood of any mundane commuter car on the showroom floor? Well, let's talk about it. For years, anytime Honda engines were talked about, it was the high-revving B-Series VTEC platform being praised. Found in select Civic models around the world, higher trim Integras, and of course the iconic Type R models, it put Honda's performance potential on the map and was highly sought after by tuners worldwide for swaps and deep dive builds. By the early 2000s, Honda was at a turning point. The beloved B-Series had an incredible run, and the H-Series had proved that you could have torque and VTEC, but both platforms were starting to show their age. Honda quietly introduced a new engine, but this wasn't just an update, it was a full redesign. Honda reworked everything: airflow, valve train, bottom end strength, and even how the engine sat inside the bay, ditching the exhaust forward design of the B-Series and H-Series for a more efficient intake front, exhaust rear layout. The K20 came in as a high-revving option, perfect for those cars like the RSX and the Civic Coupe and Sedan, while the 2.4-liter versions were equipped with extra torque, making them ideal for a daily driver or a build that needed some more mid-range grunt. Right out of the gate, you could tell this platform was built to do more than just replace what came before it, and after enthusiasts shook off their initial shock of change, they latched on to the new engine family, and it quickly became the go-to swap option. So let's break it down real quick. First off, there are over 24 K-Series variants floating around, but for this particular video, we're talking about the earlier versions of the K20 found in the RSX Type S, 8th Gen, Civic Si, and K24s from the TSX, as well as the more economical versions of the Accord, CR-V, Element, and more. The K20 is a 2.0 liter with a 86 by 86 millimeter bore and stroke, perfectly square, which means it loves to rev. Some versions spin past 8,000 RPMs without any issues. The K24 bumps up displacement to 2.4 liters with a much longer 99 millimeter stroke with its 87 millimeter bore. That's where the additional torque comes from, and you feel it immediately compared to the older Honda engines. Both Ks use the aluminum blocks with iron liners, dual overhead cams, and Honda's i-VTEC system. What does that even mean? Well, you know what the acronym stands for: variable valve timing and lift electronic control. But that little letter I, which stands for intelligent, makes all the difference here. With these engines, you're not just getting the dynamic VTEC crossover that occurs at a set RPM, but instead a system that continually adjusts camshaft timing based on engine load. That means you get more usable power at a lower RPM, and you don't even have to rev sky high to feel it. And that's a big deal, because instead of everything happening at a single point in the power band, it just feels fuller everywhere. The K20 still gives you that classic Honda top-end rush and that addictive crossover sound, but it's smoother and more refined. While the K24 is the one that made people realize not all Honda engines have to be wrung out because they're gutless down low. If you want to talk potential, the K-Series has plenty as it responds to mods really well. Bolt-ons, cams, tuning, it all pays off. And once boost enters the picture, that ceiling goes way up as people quickly realize these engines play nice with boost, and even on a stock bottom end, you can find considerable power well before resorting to forged internals. Now, some of you in the know are saying, hey, some of the K24s only have VTEC on the intake cam, since they were intended for better fuel economy rather than performance. Keep in mind, one of the reasons older Honda chassis and their most popular engines gain so much popularity among the DIY crowd is their modular construction. Many of the B-Series parts from one engine could be used on another, and the K-Series is no different. It's common for builders to go with a K24 bottom end strictly for its displacement, and combine that with a K20 head for its high flow characteristics to make the ideal setup. Truth be told, at first, K-swaps really weren't the move. They were expensive, wiring was complicated, engine mounts weren't readily available in the beginning. It just wasn't as easy as dropping in the B-Series. But over time, that changed. Aftermarket support exploded, swaps got easier, complete kits and tuning solutions were realized. It wasn't long before everyone figured out Honda had designed something special, and they soon became the new standard for Honda builds. Fast forward to today. The K-Series is still the backbone of the Honda platform. Track builds, street cars, time attack, drift, drag racing, and even circle track racing you name it, there's a K-powered version of it. It's only one of few engines that actually delivers on everything enthusiasts want, since it revs, makes torque, and is proven reliable, and it scales with your build. Compact and able to fit under the hood of so many different vehicles, its versatility is one of its biggest selling points. And then there's the availability. In the 1990s, finding a B series on the cheap was no problem, but today, due to scarcity, the prices have gone way up. On the flip side, the K20 and 24, being a decade newer and used in so many different vehicles, you can find them at importers and wrecking yards throughout the country at very affordable pricing. Take those factors, blend them up, and you'll start to understand why so many people are going with the K. So however you view the surge in K-swaps, you can expect that they won't be going anywhere anytime soon. That whole K-swap the world movement is stronger than ever. What other engines would you like to see spotlighted on our channel? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Nick, thanks for stopping by, I'll catch you on the next one.